That was quick. Are we live? What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here with another Unpopular Opinions. Today is a bit of a different version of the Unpopular Opinions. We thought we would bring it to you live. We asked the question this morning on Twitter for all our lovely followers on Twitter to send us their Tottenham Unpopular Opinions, and we were sent so many, Sim, weren't we?
Yeah, but mate, people love to contribute to this segment. It was only this morning.
Yeah, it was only this morning.
Wow, how many opinions we've had. We're going to try and sift through as many as we can. We've got an hour-long live Unpopular Opinion show for you guys, so hope you enjoy it. Let us know in the comments below what you think of the opinions as well as they come through. Looking forward to your reactions as well as you look forward to our reactions. I'm hoping.
Exactly. Everyone, keep your reactions coming in the live comments, and we'll be reading the best ones out. But look, shall we get into it?
Let's go.
Shall we get
Let's
stuck into
the first opinion?
Right, let's get the first opinion up, and that is from Zero Yido 2, and he says Heung Son is the best winger in the world.
Best winger in the world. He's definitely the most marketable winger in the world. That's for sure. I don't know about best. Look, I think the way he started the season, it's hard to argue with that because he has started in serious form.
Who at the moment on current form is better than Heung Son? What winger in the world on current form is better? On
current form, not the way he started the season. No one. He is the most informed winger in the world. In terms of general wingers, who's better than him? You would say Sadio Mane, potentially. I think Mane at the moment is ahead of him. I think the way Son is going, he's getting to that level this season, to be honest. So I think at the end of the season, I might not be saying that. Mm-hmm. But right now, you have to say Mane is ahead of him.
Salah
on the right-hand side. In terms of, wingers in general, Salah... Yeah, he's ahead of him, but I actually think Son's a better finisher than Salah.
What about Bale?
I have to see how he is. I think obviously at their peak, you got to say Bale's better. But right now, I think for the past couple of years, Son's definitely better than Bale.
What about we had a comment from JT saying Serge Gnabry?
He's really come on. He was really come on for Bayern Munich. I think actually. Son is a bit better than him at the moment, but I think Gnabry's a bit younger. I think he's definitely got he might have a higher ceiling.
We've got a few comments naming some wingers better
Sterling,
than Son.
Sterling.
Sterling, Neymar, Mbappe.
Is Mbappe a winger? And he's more.
He doesn't play through the middle, does he?
I guess you can. I guess okay. Neymar obviously is better than Son. I think in terms of quality. Sterling. I think Son's a better finisher than Sterling. Sterling's obviously quicker and he's a better dribbler. I think probably Sterling just edges it at the moment. So no, he's not the best winger in the world.
All right, but on form he is the best winger.
And on form he is.
But yeah, that's the first one. Look, we've got 40 likes at the moment. Everyone go and scroll down your screen and smash that like button and smash that subscribe button as well if you're enjoying our content. We appreciate every single last one of you. But let's move on to the next opinion. Ooh, this is from Tottenham Lewis. He says, Jack Grealish is better than Giovanni Lo Celso.
Ooh. You know what? I'm a big fan of Grealish. I'm a very big fan of Grealish.
Could have had him for 4 million.
We could have had him for very, very cheap. I think... in terms of output at the moment, Grealish gets more goals and assists than Lo Celso. You've got to agree with that. I think in general play though, as a team player, I think Grealish more can sometimes flirt in and out of games sometimes. I think Lo Celso is a more consistent player for the team.
I think with Grealish, he's really one that can grab the game by the scruff of the neck and win it on his own for you. I think he's really a player that could do that. Lo Celso, we haven't seen that, like proper grabbing the game by the scruff of the neck, beating a few players and putting it in the top corner.
Yeah, but in terms of putting effort in for the team and like putting tackles in and stuff and being a hard worker, I think Lo Celso wins out on that front. Yeah, he's more of an aggressive player.
I wouldn't say Jack Grealish shies away from the challenge or doesn't get involved in stuff like that.
I think he's not great off the ball.
Do you not think so?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he's that good. I wouldn't say he's like an Eriksen or anything, but
this points it out well. Jack Grealish is a better individual star, but Lo Celso is a better player.
That's what I said. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. At the moment, I think Lo Celso has a good potential, but at the moment, Grealish is a bit ahead of him in terms of his quality in the final third.
What's there separating them in age?
Grealish is around 25. Lo Celso is 23. So a couple of years in Lo Celso's favour, I believe.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Who's this from?
Tottenham Lewis
again. He says Ndombele can be better than Moussa Dembele.
Ooh. Look, I've always been a big fan of... Obviously, Moussa Dembele was one of the best midfielders to play for Spurs in the Premier League era. Can Ndombele be better than him? I think so. I agree with this, actually. As long as Ndombele can develop his physicality the way it's going, his fitness, and get a bit stronger. I know he's strong already, but if he really builds up to anywhere, even 60% of what Moussa Dembele was physically, then on the ball, I think he's just as good as Moussa.
Well, he's much better going forward.
That's for sure.
He's much better going forward, let's be honest. And you know, when Dembele used to like get the ball and shield it off 3 or 4 players, Ndombele can't do exactly that, but he can do better things than that, where 3 or 4 players can be around him and he'll just find a way past them. But it's not the same as the way Dembele did it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I know. I think Moussa Dembele used to beat the press with his physicality. He used to muscle people off the ball, muscle people out of the press. Ndombele is more skillful. I think he has more skills and more techers to his game, so he can beat a press in that way. I don't think he's weak by any stretch of the imagination. I think Ndombele is a strong player. It's just Moussa Dembele was like one of the strongest in the Premier League at the time and in that central midfield. So I think it's tough for Ndombele to get to that level physically, but I actually think he's a more skillful player. I think he's a better passer of the ball in terms of his forward passing and through balls for sure. In terms of actually getting goals, I think Ndombele does look to get in the box a bit more than Moussa Dembele does for sure, but he still needs to develop his game a bit more than that. I think he does have the scope to be better than Moussa Dembele as long as he can get up there physically. So I think that's right. I think Ndombele, I think quality wise, You could argue Ndombele is already ahead of Moussa Dembele.
I think so. I think technically, with what he can do with the football, I think he is already better than Moussa Dembele. But Moussa just had a bit more strength and agility about him in that middle of the park. You know what I mean?
You can trust him in the middle to shield a defence. You can't trust Ndombele to do that
just yet. All right, yeah, that's an interesting one, and we've got a new member, a new silver member. Ali Mohammed, welcome, my friend. Welcome.
Thank you, man. Thank you for all your support. Much appreciated, Ali.
But everyone, keep smashing that subscribe button. Keep smashing that like button. Over the last month, all of you have been absolutely crazy. We have had about 10,000 new subscribers over the last month. So I can't
madness.
Thank
the growth
you
has
all
been unbelievable.
over the last month.
Really appreciate all of it.
And as well with our members, we've got some really, really exciting news coming over the next 4 months. We have got 4 signed Spurs shirts to get away, where only gold members will be in a chance to win that in the prize draw. So if you're not part of the gold membership yet, please do take part.
We are giving out other prizes as well. Just the top prize for the gold members will be those signed shirts, but also the gold members will be eligible for other prizes as well. So we're going to have monthly OT draws for that.
Exactly. Every month we're going to be giving away 3 prizes to a gold member, and the top prize for the next 4 months is a signed shirt every month. So you want to be in on that act. But let's move on to the next popular opinion, and this is from THSC771, and he says Aurier on his best day is the best right back in the league.
Best right back in the league on his day. Look, I think I think Aurier has definitely come on this season, and I actually think he's on his day. He's a very good right back, but when you got Trent there, it's hard to say Aurier is the best right back in the league. What Trent can do with the football in terms of crossing ability is Beckham-esque, and it's hard to get away from that.
But I would say Trent sometimes does go a bit missing defensively.
He definitely, more than a bit, he can be very suspect defensively, but I think he more than compensates for that going forward. Like his final third output is probably the best in Europe, or best in world football in terms of from a fullback. It's so impressive, and however bad he is defensively, he's bad, but he's not like horrific. So that combination is pretty deadly. I think Aurier, as when he's not making mistakes, is actually a very effective right back. And I actually think last season he got 3 goals and 6 assists, which is a very, very respectable return for a fullback. So as long as he's cutting out the mistakes like he seems to be doing so far this season, you might have a point, but not the best in the league.
A few comments here. One from David Moyes.
David Moyes, he's a Fredericks.
Says Trippier's better than Aurier.
Trippier's better than Aurier.
And that is why you're West Ham manager.
Trippier is better than Aurier. I think...
I disagree. I think Trippier was great as his deliveries into the box and stuff, but I think as an all-round right back, I genuinely believe Aurier is a better right back than Trippier.
I think Trippier is a good right back, and I actually think would he get in our squad now ahead of Doherty or Aurier? Potentially, he potentially could. I think we might let him go a bit too early, but I think at their very best, I think, yeah, I agree. I think Aurier is more physical. He's stronger. He's more likely. He's less likely to get absolutely rinsed by a winger.
Who is?
Aurier is less likely to get absolutely. He's less vulnerable to pace than Trippier is. That's for sure. But I think going forward, obviously Trippier's a bit better.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't even think there's much in it. I thought Trippier was overrated going forward, especially his last year anyway.
I think in terms of crossing, Trippier wins. In terms of actual threat in the final third, I think Aurier is more likely to get you a goal or get in the box and stuff like that. But I think Trippier is definitely a better crosser of the ball.
Yeah, but having said that, on a whole right back,
in terms of dominating a right hand side, Aurier is definitely better than that. That's for sure.
Let's move on to unpopular opinion. S Wood 21. Spurs should sign Gunnosaurus.
Spurs should sign Gunnosaurus. Well, he needs a club at the moment, doesn't he? Poor guy.
Well, Ozil's paying his wages now, so he's got a job for the next 1 year.
He can be. We've always said for years we need a backup to Chirpy, don't we? We've always said it for years and years.
Since evil Chirpy came in, you know.
So Spurs just like, look, poor old Gunnosaurus out on the streets. Look, he's probably busking or something, looking for some money.
Saw some brilliant one actually. Let's see if I can find it about Gunnosaurus.
What a meme!
Yeah, just 1 second.
Let's see if you can find it. But yeah, I think Gunnosaurus is It's funny that they don't have enough money to keep Gunnosaurus on, but they can afford the 260 grand wages for Thomas Partey.
Fabrizio Romano tweeted today, Gunnosaurus to Tottenham, here we go. He is joining on a free agent after the contract was terminated by Arsenal. More than 30 years at the club, medicals and paperwork done. Man United have been in talks with him, but his heart was set on Tottenham. And there you go. That's Gunnosaurus to Tottenham. Here we go from Fabrizio Romano.
He's going to be a Yidosaurus now. But yeah, there you go, Gunnosaurus.
So let's move on to the next one. Dan Scholze as well, been on the fan cams a few times. He says Dier is both and England's best defender on form, and need for a centre-back has been largely overblown by the fans.
I don't think it's overblown just because... Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see during the season how it pans out. But at the moment, you look at our centre-back options, I think Dier is developing quite nicely, but he's still got a mistake in him. Sanchez is probably our best one-on-one defender, but we all know he has lapses of concentration. And obviously, Toby is obviously was one of the best defenders in the league, but age seems to be catching up with him. So there's definitely a need for a star defender there, for sure. But if Sanchez and Dier can really back up their ideas, and maybe it is true, but at the moment I don't think it's overblown. Is Dier England's best centre back? Well, at the moment they got Maguire. I think Joe Gomez is definitely up for that. And obviously Maguire's having an awful time at the moment.
I say on form he is England's and Tottenham's best centre back.
Is he better than Joe Gomez? I guess he was. Gomez was part of that 7-2 defeat.
At the moment, on form, there's no two ways about it. I think Eric Dier is the most on-form English centre-back at the moment.
Michael Keane's on pretty good form at the moment, you would say. You've got Tarkowski. I think Dier's ahead of Tarkowski. Obviously, John Stones has fallen off a cliff. Lewis Dunk's decent, but I think Dier's ahead of Dunk at the moment. He's definitely our best centre-back on form. Is he England's best? I think it's between him and Joe Gomez. I'm not sure which one. But I think on form, Dier is better because Liverpool got slapped 7-2. Well. Connor Cody's pretty decent, so I'm a big fan of Connor Cody. But in terms of his on-the-ball quality, I prefer Dier. So I think... Will Dier be starting in the Euros in the summer? At the moment, he will be.
I think so. I mean, if Harry Maguire carries on his form, surely he's not going to be in the
I've never been a massive fan of Maguire anyway. He's good at winning headers from corners, but other than that, in terms of an open play, he's always suspect. He's always been suspect, Harry Maguire, and he still is. And I think, he's having probably a rougher time than usual, but I think he's always been a good centre-back. He's never been an 80 million was ludicrous, isn't it? Like, there was never a chance anyone should be paying 80 million for 100%. Harry Maguire. Not a chance. And everyone was laughing at the time, and I know he improved United's defence in general last season, but I still think he's suspect, Harry Maguire.
He was always going to get found out in the long term.
Exactly. And I think it's happening right now.
We got a super chat from Raj Rishi. Heung-min Son is a very underrated player. If it would have been in Madrid and Barca, he would have grabbed major headlines. What's your opinion?
Yeah, well, we said at the beginning, we obviously were asked whether he is the best winger in the world. I don't think he is. Would he have done better at Madrid or Barca? Yeah, probably. It's hard. Not many players get worse there. But you look at Hazard. Obviously, he hasn't done so well there. Griezmann hasn't done so great at the moment. But yeah, I think I've always said with Son, he's obviously a fantastic winger and fantastic forward. I always wanted him to add a bit more consistency to his game than has been there. And I think this season he seems to be doing it. So I think he might be taking his game up another level this season, which is exciting. If he hits 20 goals, then yeah, you got to say he's up there with the best in the whole of Europe for sure.
Agreed. 161 likes, guys. Let's keep smashing that like button. Keep smashing that subscribe button. Thank you all for joining us today. Let's move on to the next opinion. THFC Lucas. Lloris is the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to say he's the second best goalkeeper in the Premier League behind Alisson.
Alisson. You think he's better than Edison?
Yeah, I do. I genuinely do.
Interesting. Well, yeah, Alisson's out for 8 weeks now, which is interesting. I think since he came back from injury, I think he has been the best.
I would say I would still put Alisson number 1. I'll put Lloris number 2, and the reason why I put him above Ederson, I think Ederson makes a lot more mistakes than Lloris. I genuinely believe that. He's already started this season making a couple of mistakes. Yes, against Leeds, he made the bad mistake, but he did keep his side in it at the same time as well, I thought. But look, he makes the mistakes, and ultimately that mistake cost his side 2 points against Leeds United.
And in terms of, everyone always says, oh, Lloris, he makes too many mistakes to be a top keeper. Well, for the past year now, he's been cutting those mistakes out of his game for sure. And even when he does make mistakes, he's always been making up for it with fantastic saves and real unbelievable reactions. And I think over the past year or so, he's been absolutely phenomenal in goal. Absolutely phenomenal. He's definitely been a contender for goalkeeper of the season. And I think a lot of the times he's been keeping us in games, even when our defence has been very shoddy
especially at the back end of last season after lockdown, our defence wasn't that great, let's be honest, and he was pulling off save after save.
Yeah, especially in that United game. How good was he in that game? I think Lloris has been absolutely fantastic, and people were saying we need to upgrade him. Well, everyone's probably got egg on their face in who said that, because at the moment he's performing definitely as one of the best keepers in the league, and I think there's an argument to say he's been the best. I think there is an argument there, but whether you agree with it or not remains to be seen. But I think Lloris has been absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Do you think Nick Pope gets a shout for best
in
goalkeeper
the league?
in the league?
No. The Lloris is definitely better than Nick Pope.
What about, I know he's not playing much, but he showed it last year, Dean Henderson.
Do I think he's best in the league?
No, I'm not saying is he the best. Does he come into the conversation for best in the league?
Not yet. He's had one good year. You can't say he's best in the league. I think he had a great year at Sheffield United, but come on, let's calm down about that.
All right, we got a super chat from Greg Smith. This is an interesting one. Everyone join in with this in the comments below. Bring a legend back in their prime, fit in our squad right now. He's going with Steve Perryman. Solid, reliable, can play centre-back, right-back and DM. Who would you bring back? Which legend would you bring back to play in the squad?
What legend would I right now in this squad? What legend would I bring back? I'll probably bring back a fully fit Ledley King.
I'd bring back a fully fit Jan Vertonghen.
Jan Vertonghen. I think I'd pick Ledley King.
Just slotting that left side of the fence.
You know what I mean?
Jan
Vertonghen. That would be nice. Yeah, Jan Vertonghen from a few years ago.
Yeah.
That would be brilliant. That would be good. Or maybe like a Gary Mabbott. No, I think Ledley King. For me, Ledley King.
I think it's between Ledley King and Vertonghen. The only reason I say Vertonghen is because he goes on the slots in the left-hand side.
Yeah, true. So Ledley King used to play on the left-hand side. He could use his left foot, Ledley. He was quite good. That suited him.
True.
That suited him, that role.
It's not natural. Can you just press?
Sorry.
Anyway, let me know in the comment section below which player would you bring back. We've got Lineker, someone saying Bale, Gaza, Vertonghen is boring.
Vertonghen is boring.
Moussa Dembele.
Ginola? No. What other player? Obviously, Modric. You could bring Modric in, but we've got Lo Celso and Ndombele now. Come on. Don't need him.
It has to be a centre-back. It has to be a centre-back.
I think Ledley.
Ledley King.
Kyle Walker?
Maybe Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker, he's in with a shout.
Hoddle or Gaza, John Cooper says.
Hoddle or Gaza. Look, but they're just not the priority at the moment, is it? And also, Ledley King, fully fit Ledley King can play DM sometimes.
What about Moussa Dembele?
Moussa Dembele. They've got Ndombele now. They've got potential to be better.
Danny Rose.
Danny Rose.
Ledley King. A lot of people saying Ledley King.
I think Ledley King.
Sukram Bart says, unpopular opinion. As good as Lucas and Lamela are, we need to sell at least one of them and buy a younger winger like David Neres or Saeed Benrahma. They'll be the final push we need.
Considering their roles in the squad, I think they're quite adept to that. I think it's a good role, good position for them because now they've got Bale coming in. It's perfect for them to be squad players. But yeah, at the moment, Lamelo's playing really well, so I don't want to bash him. Lucas obviously needs to buck up his ideas, but he had a very good end to last season, but this season he hasn't had a very good start just as yet. But I think at the moment it's fine. I think, if you told me, would you swap Benrahma for Lucas right now? Maybe, just to shake things up. But I don't think it's like definitely.
You never know how these players are going to settle in the Premier League as well. He is a championship player, but he is smashing it out and smashed it out the whole last season.
Yeah, and he scored a great goal in the League Cup against Fulham recently.
But Lucas scored a hat-trick in Amsterdam.
I know, yeah. I mean, but he's just frustrating me a bit, Lucas, because he
scored 2 goals in his last 2 starts.
Has he?
Yeah.
Against Haifa and against Newcastle. Okay. But I think it's just he needs to be doing a bit more in the final third. But look, he had a good end to last season, so let's not bash him too much.
Andrew Devi says Benrahma is an overrated Felipe Anderson.
Ooh, interesting.
And a few more from the question before. Modric, Rebrov. A lot of people say Modric.
Oh, Berbatov to replace Vinicius.
Steve Malbronk.
Do you remember there used to be a whole thread on the Spurs community saying Malbronk was better than Modric? And I remember that. I remember that very, very clearly.
Let's bring on our next unpopular opinion. Mano J Harry 10. We have a better chance of winning the league now than 15 to 17 because of Jose and the players with winning mentalities.
I think we do.
I completely agree with that.
I think we do. I think the competition now is higher, unfortunately, than it was back then. But I think we do have a better chance. I think the squad's better. In general, I think we have a deeper squad. I think probably as a team, in terms of how the team played, it's hard to argue that we're better now, but we have to see it because obviously we had that system that worked really well for us back then, and it got us results.
We had no kind of ways to change our system up apart from
it was just one way of playing.
Yeah. At least now we've got so many different ways of playing.
Yeah. I guess you could argue Poch did flirt in between back three and a 4-2-3-1 quite a few times back then. So
that was mainly towards the back end of his Spurs career, wasn't it?
No, because remember we beat Chelsea at White Hart Lane. That was a back three. True. We played back three. We played back three quite often.
True.
In that season.
What season was that?
That was last season at White Hart Lane.
Right.
So I think we did change things up, but I think now we have even more ways we can change up, and we have a deeper squad, and we have Mourinho who's got that winning mentality. Obviously, I don't think it's just because of Mourinho, because I do think Poch can definitely. I do think Poch could definitely be a winner. I think he definitely can win something once he takes over a new team. But I think at the moment, I do think we have a better chance of winning the league just because the deeper squad, a bit of star quality now, and the manager has the know-how. Yeah,
and first the deeper squad thing I think is the main part of that because you look at the subs bench back in then 15 to 17. You hardly had a player to bring on when we're struggling in a game.
Yeah.
Now we've got a new 11 to bring on if we're struggling in a game. You know what I mean? So yeah, the squad is definitely deeper, and I think that is the main reason for why we're more likely to win the league this season than those years. But look, we've got a super chat from New Zealand, Yu Jun An. I'm sorry if I butchered that name, but it's a very late night in New Zealand as well. So thank you for staying up so late and watching us. But he says Son can be compared to Ronaldo. That's how much great he is. You guys agree with him? Has a similar playing style to Ronaldo. His inspiration is Ronaldo.
Who's Son?
Yeah.
Sonaldo.
Yeah.
I don't think he's quite like Ronaldo. I think
that was true for Bale when he was at Spurs, but
I agree.
Not really Son.
I think Son, look, maybe he does look up to Ronaldo, but I think Son is a different. He's just like he's not that similar to Ronaldo, and like Ronaldo was like a a physical specimen. He was strong. He was good in the air. Son's not kind of like that. Son uses pace a lot. He relies on his very good finishing. He's very ambidextrous like Ronaldo. He can use both feet equally as good. But I don't think they play. Their styles are not similar.
Bale used to literally model himself on Ronaldo in his last few years at Spurs. You could see him, the way he walked up to free kicks, the way he was building himself up physically as well. I mean, everything. And the way he used to do those knuckleball shots.
Yeah, exactly. He was good in the air as well. He could, it was the only thing that he probably wasn't as good as someone like Ronaldo is. Ronaldo could use both feet as well. Bale wasn't as good as on his weaker foot as Ronaldo.
Although he did score a few goals.
Scored a couple, but Ronaldo could consistently even bang him in from outside the box with his weaker foot, and Bale couldn't really do that.
Yeah. All right, we have got 770 viewers, guys.
Wow, come on.
But only 240 likes. So smash those likes button. Let's get the viewers and the likes to meet up, and let's see what we can do. And also smash that subscribe button as well. You guys have been doing so well for us hitting that subscribe button. Just carry on, guys. Let's move on to the next unpopular. Lily White Yids. Arsenal would only get one player in a current Spurs and Arsenal combined 11.
I'm not sure how unpopular that is, but let's go through it.
Goalkeeper, Lloris. Let's go 4-3-3.
Yeah.
Goalkeeper, Hugo Lloris.
Although Arsenal at the moment like to play 3 at the back, but I think they are going to change to it. With Partey coming in,
We're going 4-3-3.
They're going to change to a 4 at the back.
Goalkeeper, Hugo Lloris or Leno? That's Hugo Lloris.
Lloris, I think, wins that. I know Leno's been in good form, but I'm sorry, Lloris makes less mistakes. He's just a better keeper, I think.
Left back, Kieran Tierney against Sergio Reguilon.
I think Reguilon.
I think
Reguilon.
I would say that Kieran Tierney has had a very good start at Arsenal. I don't think you can have that conversation just yet, just because Reguilon's only played 2 games for Spurs.
I know, but Reguilon's won Europa League, had a fantastic year last season for Sevilla. Tierney's been out injured for a lot of the time, and you've got to see how easy Salah breezed past him at Anfield yesterday. That made him a bit suspect for me. Obviously, Tierney's got a good left foot, no doubt about it. But I think Tierney's been definitely he's taken advantage of a big hype train around him. He signed for 25 million. I think he's good. I think the calls for him being one of the best left backs, I think everyone's got to calm down about Tierney. I think he's still quite suspect at left back.
I think it's too early. I think it's too early to judge.
And he played
that.
at Celtic before. Come on.
I genuinely believe it's too early to judge that one. I think
we'll go equal then. I think Reguilon's better personally, but anyway.
I just think it's too early to judge.
I think he's less. I think Reguilon's more aggressive. I think he's quicker.
He's definitely quicker.
I think he actually gets forward better than Tierney. Just Tierney's better when he's in the forward positions, if you understand. Reguilon's less likely to get caught out at the back, and although
Reguilon's played 2 games, he got caught out in his first game. He made
he didn't get caught out. He got there. He just was too over exuberant, and he made a slide challenge. He'll learn from that. Look, Tierney's good. I'm not saying Tierney's a bad player. I value Reguilon higher than him.
Right back, Bellerin against Aurier or Doherty.
I know Bellerin's had a good start to the season, but Bellerin's been average for 5 years now.
Yeah, his injuries have really let him down big time.
Yeah, most Arsenal fans don't like Bellerin, so I don't think he gets in our team ahead of Aurier, or even Aurier. How everything with Aurier and Doherty, I think they're still better than Bellerin. I think he's so suspect at the back.
I think it remains to be seen as well. I'm not too sure on that one either.
For me, it's not Bellerin. Arsenal fans don't even like Bellerin.
Yeah.
He's been average for ages.
He has, but he started the season really well this year.
He had one good game against Sheffield United.
All right, look, we'll go for who's better, Aurier or Doherty?
I think they're both better. Probably Aurier. I think Aurier at the moment is a better right back.
Centre backs.
Centre backs, I reckon. Who do they have? Luiz, Gabriel, Mustafi, and Chambers and Holding. Maybe Gabriel gets in there. Gabriel and Dier, or Gabriel and something like that. Gabriel and Toby.
As well, Gabriel hasn't had enough time in the Premier League. We don't really know what he's about.
Yeah, I like the look of him. He did get in the Liga Player Team of the Season last year, but it is only Liga. I guess it remains to be seen. Do they get one?
Sure, Saliba doesn't get in.
Saliba, the Mbappe of centre-backs, is going out on loan to the Championship apparently, or whatever. I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, St Etienne didn't even want to take him back.
Yeah, it's very strange, that one. The whole of last season, Arsenal saying, "Don't worry, we got Saliba coming next season. It's all going to be fine." Then next season comes and we got to send him out on loan because he's not ready yet. It's like, okay, that's very interesting. But Do one of them get in there? I don't know. Maybe Gabriel. Maybe. He's had a good start, but like Lloris doesn't get in there. Mustafi doesn't get in there. Chambers doesn't get in there. Holding doesn't get in there.
I'll say you got to put Dier and Toby at the moment.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, so I think the two fullbacks is difficult to say, but I think the centre backs, the Spurs ones, do get in there. Centre defensive mid, Hojbjerg against Partey.
I gotta say Partey, honestly. I'm a big fan of Thomas Partey, and however good Hojbjerg has been so far, and he has been, I could be saying something different in a few months' time, but at the moment, I've got to say Partey. He's really good. Unfortunately,
but he hasn't had any Premier League experience. You know, who's to say he's going to come and slot straight in?
No one is, but I think he's got a lot of experience at Atletico Madrid under a manager who drills his teams and his players very, very hard. So I don't think he's coming in into the team unlike in any sort of weak spot. So I think Partey, he's good on the ball. He's strong. I'm a big fan of. Unfortunately, it's an annoyingly good signing from Arsenal from my point of view. And I think at the moment, I put him ahead of Hojbjerg. But I think Hojbjerg was playing in a weaker team at Southampton than Partey was at Atletico. So put Hojbjerg in a stronger team, maybe he'll be a lot better. But we'll have to wait and see. But I think Partey at the moment is ahead of him.
The centre mid options, we're going for Lo Celso and Ndombele, I guess.
I rate Lo Celso higher than Ceballos. And who's our other centre mid?
Wait. Let's just talk about that Lo Celso and Ceballos as well, because a lot of Arsenal fans want to put them on like even keel. I was like, how mad can you be? Like,
no, come on.
Lo Celso is one of the stars of the Premier League, in my opinion.
In his role, the way he plays, Lo Celso is like the difference between Lo Celso and Ceballos is that Ceballos can really badly flirt in and out of games, really, really badly. Lo Celso is really consistent in his play. People think because he doesn't get as many goals assists that he's not in the game. Every single time Lo Celso touches the ball, it's a touch of class, it's a touch of genius. It's like a work of art every time he touches the ball. This isn't a guy who flirts in and out of games. He's always in the game, Lo Celso. Even when we don't have the ball, he's making tackles, he's marking, he's tracking back. Ceballos is not doing that, I'm sorry to say. How many times Ceballos might rule past the player a couple times a game and he might get in the box or whatever, but he's flirted badly in and out of games. Like he'll have times where Ceballos will have times where he's just giving the ball away all the time, and he's being shocking. Lo Celso,
I really don't rate Ceballos. I really don't rate him.
Lo Celso will never do that. He'll never have those times. Right.
I mean, I've seen him play okay, but I think when you look at his Arsenal career as a whole, I think he's had more bad games than he's had good games in total.
100%. It's 100% true. He only really started playing well after the lockdown. And even then, it was like but it wasn't like amazing. And I just think, in terms of a team player, Lo Celso is better. In terms of individually, I think Lo Celso is better. Obviously, Ceballos might, at the moment, the only thing you can say about Ceballos is he can be a bit more decisive in the final third than Lo Celso. But other than that, I think as a player in general, in 90 minutes of play, Lo Celso completely better is much better than Ceballos. He's a lot more consistent player.
All right. So you got Partey,
Lo
Celso,
and then Ndombele against Xhaka. I don't know.
Well, you know, even that's no competition, Ndombele against Xhaka, but maybe Ceballos gets another run to face Ndombele.
I still think Ndombele.
I agree.
I still think Ndombele. I think he has a higher ceiling. I think obviously Ndombele, we all know about his problems, but he's come on really, really well. And I think what he's shown so far is a lot better than what Ceballos has shown.
Okay.
And then you got Aubameyang
against Heung and Son. On form, you got to say Heung and Son.
On form, you got to say Son. But
has Aubameyang even scored this season?
One against Fulham, I believe.
Exactly, one against Fulham.
Are we really
Aubameyang just signed that contract and he's doing the same old Arsenal captain rubbish. Are we really going to leave
Aubameyang out of a combined 11?
I mean, he's going to get options up front as well. He'll get options on the left, but if he doesn't cut it, it doesn't cut it.
Obviously, Kane is up front. Do we put Bale ahead of Pepe? Obviously.
1,000,000%.
And so it is Aubameyang or Son. Are we really going to leave Aubameyang out this combined 11?
On what basis, apart
from the league?
Apart from last season, you know, when you're looking at how are you judging it? Are you judging it on current form, or are you judging it on ability over the past 2-3 years?
Just a combined 11. Who, as a player, who would you rather have in your team, Son or Aubameyang?
I hate Aubameyang so much. So Heung and Son for me.
Oh look, Yeah, I agree. Son. So yeah, one player. You're right. Only Partey. Son comes
Look,
in.
you guys, let's let the viewers decide. Heung-min Son or Aubameyang? Put it in the comment section below. Whoever's name we see the most, we'll put in, basically.
I think as a left winger, actually, I know Aubameyang has done well.
Yeah, Son is winning by his landmark.
Everyone's saying Son.
Son. There you go. Heung-min Son wins.
There you go. The fans take it.
Let's run through that lineup again. So that's Lloris in goal, Reguilon left back, Alderweireld, Dier,
and
Aurier, Partey,
Ndombele,
Lo Celso, Son, Kane, and Bale. So that's one player.
Yeah, it's one player. That guy was absolutely right. He's right.
Yeah.
Only one player gets it at the moment.
And David Moyes, another West Ham legend, saying Aubameyang's legs have gone.
I hope you're right. I think
I'm
he's
trying to go back to find.
There you go. What was
super
that?
Chat. This is from Paul Gregory. He says Ndombele is a Dembele, but with a better end product.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, guys, keep smashing that like button. Keep smashing.
Wow, nearly 400 likes. Come on.
Keep smashing that subscribe button as well. We're on 900 viewers now, guys.
Come on.
Let's go on to the next a popular opinion from KXN Dwani. Not unpopular, but Ben and Sim's work rate recently has been sensational. Keep it up. I'm loving the content.
Come on. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much, guys. I mean, yeah, I don't know about Sim's work rate, but my work rate is definitely unrivaled.
Come on,
no,
I have another job, for God's sake. But yeah, thank you for all your support, man. Much appreciated. It really, really is. I thank you for acknowledging it, because it means a lot to us when all the hard work is paying off like it is at the moment. So, thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, let's move on to the next unpopular opinion from Keonan. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Keenan maybe?
Keenan and Kel. Hojbjerg is better with the ball than Winks and will get more assists this season than Winks. I mean, he's already got more assists.
At the moment he's getting the assists, you got to say. I think Hojbjerg, what really stood out to me was how progressive he was with his passing, which I didn't like. Obviously, when he first came, that was like the main criticism of him, that his passing wasn't very good. But I was really impressed with his passing as Man United, especially the first one, that through ball to Aurier. But there are a few other times, like he played a lob ball into Ndombele into space in central midfield and things like that. Really impressed me. So I think obviously we have to wait and see how he does over the long term. But I think you might be onto something. I think Hojbjerg is showing his passing ability, and you don't get in make it a Bayern Munich and make a lot of appearances if you're awful at passing. So I think Hojbjerg, I think in this deeper role, when he maybe isn't, when he's got more time on the ball than maybe when he was at Southampton, when he was playing in that 4-4-2 when he's going 100 miles an hour the whole time, I think we might see a better passing from him.
Yeah. We've got a super chat from Eugene Ann from New Zealand again, which says, please read out my second super chat. But I think it's gone too far up the chat. We can't see it. So if you just type it, you don't need to send a super chat. But if you just type it, we'll read it out for you. But we've got a new silver member in Mark Stores. So welcome, my friend.
Welcome, Silver.
Evolution says Hojbjerg is a cheat code.
He's a cheat code. I hope you're right, because he's really, the way he started, you might be right. He's looking really, really good at the moment, but we'll have to see.
Let's move on to the next one. Just a reminder, keep smashing out that like button, keep smashing out that subscribe button. Let's bring on the next one. It's Jay's Hadvani. Our midfielder is seriously underrated among the top 6 clubs. I completely agree with that.
I think so. I think it remains to be seen on Lo Celso and Ndombele how they're going to play together and how it's all going to fit in. But with Hojbjerg coming in there, I think Lo Celso and Ndombele really have the potential to be two of the most creative and effective midfielders in the league. And not only that, they're also good physically, and they also like to get stuck in, and they're not passengers like some of the other midfielders in the league. They don't have like at the moment, what we're seeing from Lo Celso, he doesn't really have days where he's just letting the game pass him by, like someone like Pogba a lot of the time has and stuff like that. So obviously you got like Man City's midfield, like De Bruyne, Fernandinho, Rodri, Bernardo Silva.
Fernandinho is like 36 or something.
Yeah, but you still got Rodri and they still, like De Bruyne. Obviously, De Bruyne is the best in the league at the moment.
Yeah. We got Harry Kane. We don't need De Bruyne.
Exactly. But I think, when you compare us like Liverpool midfield, I think we have more quality in midfield than Liverpool. Arsenal, I think we're definitely better.
More quality than Liverpool?
I think we have more quality.
Thiago, Fabinho. I mean, Thiago is a big addition to that midfield. It really is.
Agreed. I think Thiago has upped their quality. They got, I think, their best midfield: Fabinho, Thiago, Wijnaldum.
And Henderson's their captain.
You've got Henderson, obviously, as their captain. But I think in terms of actual quality on the ball, we actually might. I think in terms of Ndombele, Lo Celso, it's hard to really
midfield isn't judged on how much quality you have on the ball. I mean, it's the whole package.
Yeah, I know.
So that's why I would say Liverpool's midfield is better.
I didn't say ours, but we have a better midfield than Liverpool. I said we have more quality. We have more quality on the ball than Liverpool do. I think in terms of work rate, in terms of intensity, and how hard they press and how hard they get stuck into people. Obviously, Liverpool are above us at the moment. And I think, but who's to say that Hojbjerg couldn't revolutionise our midfield like he is doing at the moment? I think Chelsea, they have Kovacic, Jorginho, Kante.
I would say ours is better than Chelsea.
And Havertz. But I think at the moment, I rate ours higher because I think Kante's his powers are loosening at the moment. Kovacic is decent, but Jorginho I'm not sure is the right fit for the Premier League. And we'll have to see what about Havertz at the moment. So yeah, I think people are sleeping on our midfield options at the moment.
I think our midfield options are, I would say, third best in the league as it stands. But with this, Yu Jun An, his second super chat was, I've lost it again.
What's that? You just sort of my
comment before. How many New Zealand fans do you guys have? What do you guys think of Kim Min-jae coming to Spurs? Maybe later.
I think that ship might have sailed with Kim Min-jae. I think if we were going to get him, we would have got him this summer. I think now, what's more likely is in January we'll go back with Skriniar and get a better deal if he's still out of favour at Inter Milan come January time.
Yeah,
that's my feeling. I think Kim Min-jae, he wasn't that expensive, so if we really wanted him, we probably would have got him. And I think we were probably looking for a cheap deal. It wasn't as cheap as we wanted, and we probably had doubts about him, so I don't think it's going to happen.
Yep. Everyone, scroll down to that like button, and all you have to do is just click it. It costs you absolutely nothing. Just scroll down, click that like button, click that subscribe button. It costs you absolutely nothing, and it will absolutely make our day. So please do that for us. Let's move on. Next unpopular opinion from Jack Burford 7. He says Tottenham's first 11 is in the top 5 best teams in Europe.
In Europe? Ooh. It's a big shout.
And you got to say, a lot of the big teams in Europe at the moment don't have their strong squad. You got Bayern Munich. Yeah. But in terms of like the top, like Real Madrid and Barca, I would actually say our starting 11 is better than both of theirs.
Better than Real Madrid? I think it's a big claim. It's a big claim to say our starting 11s are better.
I think
than
their
Madrid
powers have won big time, Real Madrid and Barcelona. I think they're both obviously got players that will get into our starting 11, but I think as a whole unit, I genuinely think we're better than them.
I don't know if what you reckon would win La Liga if we win La Liga this season.
Potentially, Jeff with Jose, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. It's a big shout. If you look at their 11s, like obviously you got Messi, you got Griezmann, you got
Lloris
Heung.
Gets in both of their teams.
Who?
Lloris.
Ahead of Ter Stegen. I'm a big fan of Ter Stegen. And Courtois. Two very good keepers.
Courtois hasn't really done it since he's gone to Real Madrid.
That's true. I'm a big fan of Ter Stegen. Very big fan of Ter Stegen.
We've got another silver member, Yu Jun An. Thank you. Big friend in New Zealand. And we've got a super chat from Paul Gregory. Is this Mourinho's best squad he's ever had in the league over Chelsea and United?
Well, we're talking about the best squads in Europe. So let's talk about that. Or best first 11s. I don't know if this is the best Mourinho's ever had, but it's definitely probably the best we've ever had. Are we in the top 5 in the whole of Europe? I don't know. Juventus, do they have a better first 11 than us? I think Liverpool and City probably just about have a better first 11 at the moment.
I genuinely think there's a case for us to have a better starting 11 than Real Madrid and Barcelona. Definitely a better squad, anyway.
Who's Madrid? I reckon we have a better front three than Madrid at the moment. Hazard's completely off the boil at the moment. Kane's better than Benzema, and Bale's probably better than Vinicius. Although Bale didn't get in the Real Madrid starting 11.
Yeah, neither did Reguilon.
Yeah, Mendy's I'm very big fan of Mendy. Obviously, I think their defence is probably better than ours. Carvajal's probably better than our right back.
Carvajal, I think their back four actually probably walk into our top Sergio Ramos and Varane walk into our team. And their left back and their right back probably do as well. So that's their defence straight away. The midfield, Hojbjerg against Casemiro.
Casemiro, Modric, Cruz, and Valverde as well was very good.
But you got Casemiro, Modric, Cruz all aging a bit. Maybe not Casemiro, but the other two.
Yeah, I think Modric and Cruz are definitely aging. You probably can't play them together, but if you only played one of them, I reckon you can get away with that.
Maybe I jumped the gun a bit on the starting 11. But maybe as a squad, in the players that you can bring on behind them.
Yeah, I think maybe. I think firstly, I don't know if we have the best top 5 in the Europe. I think top 10 probably for sure.
Wait, give it another year. We will.
Give it for another few months. I know it's still very early in the season, but maybe we'll be saying something different because we've started the season quite well.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Let's see what we got here. Jasper with a bunch of numbers. Sissoko is better than Winks.
Sissoko's better than Winks.
At what?
Yeah, it's a good question.
He's definitely not better than Winks at passing, that's for sure.
But I think he's obviously stronger than Winks. He's probably fitter than Winks.
I think when they're both starting on a consistent basis, I would say Sissoko probably contributes more to the team than Winks. I don't know if he's a better player though.
I think, maybe. I think Winks. I've always said it. I think Winks is a bit underrated in what he does for the team. But I think Sissoko is definitely, in terms of being in midfield, he adds a lot more steel, and we're less likely to get bullied. One thing I'm a bit frustrated with Winks is when we're out of possession, he's a bit of a lazy presser. Not in a sense that Winks. Yeah. Not in a sense that he doesn't go and press. He does go press, but he doesn't think about when he's pressing. He's so easy to play around Winks. He's really easy. Sometimes
SpongeBob SquarePass.
He just goes into a player. And he doesn't think about sometimes when to stand off or when to not stand off. He just always goes to press, and sometimes he's just very easy. The player knows he's coming, and to play around him. That's why a lot of the time when Winks starts in a pivot, we just look so open. And
I feel like he slows our play down a lot sometimes, Winks as well.
I don't know. I think people criticise him with that, but I'm not so sure that's true. But I think there is a criticism levelled at him so much. I don't think he does. I think he actually passes quite quickly a lot of the time when he gets the ball. My opinion. That's my opinion. But I
thought he used to, but I don't think he does anymore.
I don't know. In my opinion, I think he does, but I think Winks has got to back up his ideas off the ball for sure, and on the ball as well. He needs to be he needs to get more penetrative passes in his game.
John Cooper says Winks can definitely pass sideways better.
That's true. That's true, because Sissoko's awful at passing sideways. He goes out for a throw every single time.
We got another comment from Yu Jung An, and he says some Koreans here are asking if us guys are twins. Korean fans or you guys are brothers? I'm not sure either. Tell us. Are we brothers, Sim, or are we twins?
We're not twins, but we are brothers. We are brothers. You can guess who's older, I reckon. Put it in the comments who you think older. Who do you reckon's older, Ben or Sim? Put it in the comments. Who's the older brother? I want to know your opinions. Come on. I want everyone to know. Say Ben or Sim who you think in the comments is older.
Nakato Play says Ben. Rain Train says Ben. Blade says Simeon. Oh, there's a lot of Bens here.
A lot of Bens.
A few Simeons. Jova.
Maybe their hair's giving it away.
Don't worry, yours will go as well.
Yeah. Not yet though. A couple years behind still. But yeah, you're right. Everyone's saying Ben. Or most people saying Ben. I have a couple of Sims there.
A lot of people saying Ben. Well, a lot of Sim comments.
Sim's coming back now.
Yeah.
Sim's coming back
in. And Sibby brought it back.
A lot of Sims now.
Yeah.
Jeez. Maybe the hair isn't as much of a tell. But Ben is definitely older.
I'm definitely older.
He's 3 years older, actually, to be precise. So there you go.
Exactly. The hair definitely shows it. But anyway, everyone keep smashing that like button, keep smashing that subscribe button, and let's move on to the next popular opinion, and that is from Hector Stone. We have the best 2 players in the league right now in Son and Kane.
Completely agree. 100%. Completely agree. Like in the first 4 games, there's been no 2 better players. You could argue Calvert-Lewin, but I'd like and Rod James, but I honestly think the way Kane is playing with his goals and assists. Think about. I posted this on Twitter the other day. I don't know how this is possible for one player to do, but he's first in shots in total. Yeah. He's first on shots on target. He's first in shots in the box. He's first in chances created. He's first in assists. assists. He's first in big chances created, and he's one of the top players with goals as well. And he's first with goal contributions, with goals and assists. This guy is doing absolutely everything at the moment, and he's the best creator in the league. He's the best attacker in the league. He's the most effective creator and attacker in the league. He's beyond no bounds. And Son is joint top goal scorer of Calvert-Lewin at the moment, and he's probably got a couple of assists there to boot. So you got to say they're the two best players in the league at the moment.
I mean, you would say at the moment Heung and Son is on track to get 20 goals this season with the rate he's going at, and Harry Kane is on track to beat Thierry Henry's assist record in the Premier League as well.
And Kane's already got 3 goals in 4 games anyway, so that's a pretty good start. In most seasons, he would be near the top of the goal scoring charts after that start with 3 goals in 4 games. So he's probably also on track to get 20 goals.
We've got a super chat from Wolf Mauler. Big up Wolf Mauler, by the way. Always showing us his support.
Come on, Wolf.
Come on, Ben and Sim. The channel's blowing up, boys. Well done. You deserve the success. Best Spurs show on the web. 100%. Come on, Wolf Mauler.
My guy, Wolf Mauler.
500 likes, guys. Let's see if we can get it to 1,000 before the end of the show. We're about 50 viewers away from 1,000 as well. Let's keep the sub smashing as well. Let's see how many we're on. We're on 57,224. So let's see if we can get halfway to 58 before the end of the show today as well. So all you have to do is scroll down and hit that subscribe button. It costs you absolutely nothing. So why not just do it? What's this? Makato Plays says, Ben and Sim, who is better, Kane or Son right now? I would say Kane, to be honest.
I think Kane is just playing on another level at the moment.
I think Kane is making Son what he is, kind of thing.
Look.
You can't take away from Son's running in behind in his clever runs, but Kane is just...
He's playing an absolute another level at the moment. Absolute another level with his assists. And he's still getting the shots in, so it's not taking away from the other part of his game. That's the thing.
Look at this one. First of all, welcome to Silver to Sophus Arvin. Welcome, a new member there. And the comment says, Kane still doesn't look fit to me.
So what's he going to do when he does it? He's going to be getting 4 goals and 5 assists a game when he gets fit, apparently. That's according to this guy. We'll have to wait and see. Come on.
All right, you want to tell everyone about how this membership works and the gold membership and the fan shows and stuff like that?
Yeah, so we have these now new membership tiers. You've got gold membership and silver membership. If you sign up for gold membership, you get priority on the fan cams after the show. We do it for about an hour after each and every game to have your say on the game. You get priority in the queues because obviously we only run it for about an hour after the game.
But not only that, we also have random fan shows as well throughout the week sometimes.
Yeah, exactly, and you'll get exclusive access to that as a gold member. You also get entered into monthly prize draws where for the next 4 months the top prize for each prize draw is going to be a signed shirt from the Tottenham squad, or at least 2 of them. The other 2 will be signed shirts.
Let me just get one and show you just to whet your appetite.
Yeah, come on, look at these signed shirts. It was signed by the whole squad and it's got a certificate of authenticity, so you know it's absolutely real from the club.
It's got certificate from Tottenham Hotspur, and on the back it shows you what the signatures look like, so you can identify the signatures on the Spurs shirts. They're the official Spurs shirts from last season.
Last season, guys. So there you go. They're signed from the whole squad.
Genuine hologram numbers as well. So make sure you're a gold member so you can be in a chance to win these. We've got 2 of these specific ones, and then we've got one from the year before signed by Toby Alderweireld, and then one special one signed by Deadly King and Graham Roberts as well.
So get involved in that. We'll also be giving some other great prizes away as well for our gold members. There'll be 3 tiers of prizes for the gold members to have a chance of winning, and obviously so you get priority on the fan cam. So if you want to join, just scroll down, click the join button and become a member today.
Yeah, exactly. We're bringing you more news, and we'll do an actual video for it on itself of how it all works. So that will be coming to you within the next week or so. And we've got a new gold member, Rain Train, so he is in with a chance to win.
Come on.
He will be within a chance to win the signed Spurs shirts. And let's go on to the next unpopular opinion. Is this one even unpopular? Harry Woodland, We Are Tottenham TV is better than AFTV. I mean, I think it says it all when we do better when we win, and Arsenal Fan TV has ride their success on when they lose. I think that says it all, doesn't it?
And I thought, well, you also got to say, like, it could have been very easy for us to, like, be very, very toxic last season because of how badly we were doing. And obviously we were negative a lot of the time because, you got to say what you got to see. But, we didn't turn completely toxic, asking this one out, that one out all the time and that kind of stuff. And I think at the moment that the feeling around the club has turned now. And everyone's a lot more positive, a lot more buzzing around the feeling. So it could have been very easy to let that toxic feeling seep into the club.
I think it says it all. Josh King, who joined us on the watch along last week, he said it that whenever Spurs have a big loss or lose, he comes onto our channel and we make him feel better. And that's what we try and do. You know what I mean? Like, our job is
we don't like to compound your misery.
Is to give you the news, give you the update, tell it how it is, but as well as that is to make everyone feel good about Spurs as well.
Therapy session.
Exactly.
There you go. Spurs therapy. We should make it different. Make a new segment.
We've got some more gold members. Dashing Nathan Reed, welcome to gold. Rain Train, who I mentioned, and Sofa, so yeah, we've mentioned
another one here.
Spartan 7 Gaming as well, who's upgraded to gold membership.
Thank
it looks
you,
like
Spartan.
Everyone wants to be in with a chance to win these signed Spurs shirts.
Jeez.
Yeah, well, it's funny you said jeez because someone just said oozing sauce.
Oozing sauce.
Another one, Yun Jun An has upgraded to gold. He only just joined silver a few minutes ago, so welcome to gold, my friend. Let's move on to the next unpopular opinion. Frederick Coy says Hojbjerg is our best signing this transfer window.
Well, judging by our fans on the transfer window, I don't think that's unpopular at all. I'm pretty sure every single person said Hojbjerg, didn't they? So I think
Bale hasn't played yet. That's
true. That's very true. But I think Hojbjerg is exactly what we've needed in terms of what we've missed in midfield and why we've been so easy to beat over the last couple years or so, especially away from home. He's added that steel, he's added that organisation and that leadership as well we've needed in midfield, because however good the Sissoko and Winks and them lot are, they're not leaders, and he's exactly what we needed. So I think Hojbjerg could be the signing that we need.
Yeah, and like I said in our previous live stream, it's just got that feel of Palacios when he came in and just did the job for the team, that the team needed big time, and he's come in and he's filled that hole, and it's let our attackers just to be a bit more free going forward as well. But yeah, look, how many more do we have left?
We'll go for another 10 minutes.
Okay, let's bring on the next one. Evolving YT says the current Spurs squad is better than the squad in the Champions League final.
Yep, 100%. Look, everyone knows that in the Champions League final that season we weren't even at our best, were we? So I think the squad at the moment, like, do you think this is Winks and Sissoko started the Champions League final? Like, they wouldn't even get in the team at the moment. So obviously our squad at the moment is definitely better. It's definitely better.
100%, I agree with that. Duncan Mitchell, welcome to gold, in with a chance to win some signed Spurs goodies. Wolf Mauler has upgraded to gold as well.
Yes, Wolf.
And Brian Daigle has given us a super chat. Good morning from Toronto, boys, and Shabbat Shalom to you and all your family.
Good showers.
Shabbat Shalom to you too, my friend.
Thank you, Brian. Shabbat Shalom to you.
Let's bring on the next unpopular opinion. Telling domestic, Spurs now have the best attacking options in the Premier League. I think that is 100% correct.
I think attacking options, I think if you look at so in terms of Kane, Son, Bale, Lamela, Lucas, Bergwijn, Dele, those 7 attackers, who in the Premier League right now has 7 attackers with that amount of depth?
No one. I would say
you got Liverpool with Salah, Mane,
yeah,
Firmino,
exactly. But behind
Firmino,
that, who do
and
they
Jota.
have?
Jota's very good.
And Shaqiri,
so
they got, yeah.
Shaqiri wouldn't probably get in it would be bottom of the list for us at the moment. Yeah. Shaqiri. So I think that you got 4 of them. That's not 7. For City, you got Sterling, Jesus, Aguero, Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, this Ferran Torres guy. So that's 6 of them. They're pretty decent quality, to be fair. You could probably argue that with them. Arsenal, we're better than Arsenal. They got Lacazette, Aubameyang, but other than that, nothing really.
What do you mean? You don't rate Reece Nelson?
No, forget Reece Nelson. Pepe. They spent 70 million on Pepe. He's worth about 5 at the moment. Chelsea, to be fair, Pulisic, Werner, Abraham, Giroud, Ziyech, Havertz. That's like 6 of very good quality attackers. But we have 7. And we have different kind of options you can play. Like you drop Dele in the midfield. You got Bell. You got the two speedsters come on in Bergwijn and Lucas. I think it's between us. I think in terms of actual options, it's between us, City and Chelsea. I think.
But when you look at City, they really need an out-and-out striker because I think Aguero is kind of at the end of his powers now. He's always seems to be injured. Their backup striker for them is Gabriel Jesus, and I don't even rate him that highly.
He's obviously not on Kane's level, but I think he's still a pretty good striker.
Yeah, if you want someone to beat in your starting striker week in week out, I wouldn't choose him.
No, of course not.
So you know what I mean.
But yeah, Aguero. I still think Aguero has a lot of. He's still very good. He got like 18 goals last season.
Yeah, but he's always injured these days.
Yeah, he has quite a few injury problems. But I think it all depends. If Bale steps up and actually becomes as good as his agent saying he's going to be, then I think we do have the best options in the league. But if not, if Bale's still a bit in and out of the team and injured and not getting to grips with things, then I think Chelsea and City probably just ahead of us.
All right, we're going to stay live for 10 more minutes, guys. So let's run through these unpopular opinions. Last go. Christian Bian says Joe Hart is better than Gazaniga. That's a big shout.
That is definitely unpopular. I reckon most Spurs fans would say Gazaniga's better. But you got to say, Gazaniga, he did play well when he came in, but he still like those mistakes against Chelsea he made, that mistake against United he made quite a few mistakes still.
I mean, you want to run through Joe Hart's high-profile areas in the last however long?
Yeah, you could say that as well with Joe Hart. That's definitely true. But I think
can Joe Hart dive to his left?
He struggles a bit. He saved one against Arsenal to his right against Vinicius. Joe Hart to his left is a big problem. It's a big problem for him. So he's got to sort that out.
I would say Gazaniga is a better goalkeeper than Hart. I really would. I think the only reason Hart's above him is because of the quotas and stuff, and Gazaniga hasn't been put in the Europa League squad because we're too high on the quotas of foreign players.
Yeah, but Joe Hart's been there, done it. He's a title-winning keeper, you got to remember.
He's been there, done it, and he's also been there, done it in the decline as well.
Yeah, but maybe this could be a turning point for him.
I don't know. I think as it stands, I would say Gazaniga's a better keeper than Joe Hart.
Okay, fair enough.
Ojam says Joe Hart gives him anxiety. Someone says Joe Hart's slow on his feet. A lot of people saying Gazaniga in the comments here. Let's move on to the next one. Sam Chipek. Son and Kane are our two best players, but Son might actually be better than Kane, although Kane is starting to assist more now.
Son, a lot of people actually.
I mean, we addressed this as well in one of the opinions just before.
Yeah, but it's interesting when you talk to like rival fans. I speak to a lot of rival fans who think Son is our best player, and they say Son is actually the one that they fear the most ahead of Kane. But I think they just don't see what Kane brings apart from just his goals. I think they just think he's a penalty box goal scorer and that's it. But Kane is so much more than that. I think like the assists he's done for Son this season have been absolutely fantastic, absolutely incredible. So I think I think Son obviously he steps up whenever Kane is out and he's an unbelievable forward. But I think Kane offers more.
I think Kane's a better all-round player. I think Sonny might be more dangerous dangerous attack. But I think when you're looking at as a player, as a whole-rounded player, Kane is a better player.
And yeah, Son, you can't imagine Son ever doing those passes that Kane's been doing recently. It's just Kane is like all of us can be a creator in the middle of the park. Son can never do that.
Let's move on. We've got two more unpopular opinions to get through. Bojack Mosby says Bale will have more goal contributions than Aubameyang in the league this season.
I hope so. I really, really hope so. I'll be very surprised only because Arsenal's whole team revolves around Aubameyang, and I think they're the biggest. I don't think any team in the league is as reliant on one player as Arsenal or Aubameyang. So I can't see Bale getting more goal contributions because of that. I hope because Aubameyang probably get a very high percentage of Arsenal's goals and assists.
He started the season slowly this year, Aubameyang.
He's had one goal, hasn't he? One goal against
Fulham.
I don't think he scored other than that. But yeah, I know he has, but we'll have to see how Bale comes and does, won't we?
I mean, how many goal contributions has Kane and Son got already this season?
A ridiculous amount.
You know what I mean?
Kane has got 9 in the league, and Son has got 7, I believe, because he's got 6 goals and 1 assist, and Kane's got 3 goals and 6 assists. So, but we're talking about Bale here. He said Bale.
Yeah.
So I think Kane and Son probably both will, but will Bale? That's another question.
Well, remains to be seen. I mean, he doesn't have much catching up to do, does he?
At the moment, only one goal is behind.
We've got a super chat from Mike from Malta. He just wanted to say hi.
Yes, Mike. Hi, Mike.
Big up, Mike from Malta.
Nice to see you. Nice to hear from you, man.
And let's move on to the last unpopular opinion of the show today, and that is from Axel THFC. Kane is the best striker in Premier League history.
Best striker in Premier League history. If he carries on in the form he started this season, I reckon he could. If he gets like 20 goals and 20 assists.
Well, let's have a look at the best strikers in Premier League history. So you got Alan Shearer, Thierry Henry,
Andy Cole, Wayne Rooney.
I mean, Kane, he only needs a couple more to get into the top 10, doesn't he?
It's unbelievable, yeah. He's only 27 still, 26, 27. So he only needs a few more to get into the top 10. He's still got so many years ahead of him as well. So that's really exciting. Kane could easily, I think, be best striker in the Premier League history.
Do you think he's in the conversation now to be one of the best, to be the best striker in Premier League history, or do you think we need to give it a few more years still to talk about that?
I don't think you can say right now he's the best, because first of all, he hasn't won anything. I know people like to say, well, football's a team sport. It is, but you still need at least one trophy to your name to be.
Like Alan Shearer only won one Premier League, and that was with Blackburn, not even with Newcastle.
Still won the Premier League.
Yeah, I know, but it's not with Newcastle where he made his name kind of banging in those goals.
But he won the Premier League, so he showed he's good enough to be winning the league. So I think that shows something.
You're going to have players that are much worse than Harry Kane and much worse than Alan Shearer that win bigger things.
I know.
Ryan Bertrand won a Champions League.
I know, but when you're comparing someone like Harry Kane to someone like, I don't know, Thierry Henry, who has won a couple Premier Leagues, it's hard to say Harry Kane when he hasn't actually won it, where even though they're on a similar level. You know what I mean? So I think Kane has to win something, but I think as soon as he does, I think he automatically becomes in that conversation. I think at the moment, the way he's going this season, especially if he carries on with this assists and the goals rate, he's for sure going to be in the conversation for the best striker ever. Yeah.
David Harris is in the comments. I just want to give my condolences to David Harris after Ireland got knocked out the Euros last night.
It was our boy,
yeah, exactly. It was Matt Doherty who missed the penalty in the penalty shootout, the last deciding factor penalty. So our thoughts go out with you, David. We were all rooting for Ireland last night, but unfortunately
wasn't
to be. And look, we keep getting a chat from Derin Arten Sinel saying, do you guys have Flick Chat? I literally have no idea what Flick Chat is.
I think that's is that one of these South Korean chaps. I think I'm not sure. I'm not sure, like Weibo or something. I don't know.
I don't know. But we don't have it. No,
we don't.
But look, that is it for the Unpopular Opinion live show. Let us know.
That was a bumper show.
Let us know if you preferred doing it live or you preferred the pre-recorded ones, how we usually do it. Let us know in the comment section what you prefer. I think I actually prefer doing it live, to be honest.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. An hour-long show. We got through a lot of opinions. I think got a lot of big range of opinions as well, and I enjoyed reading the chat as well with people coming through. So I enjoyed that live show. It was good. Good stuff.
And also, let's just run through the signed shirt competition one more time. Let me get out the show. Why don't you explain it to them?
Yeah, so you have to be a gold member to be within a chance to win the signed shirt. Every month we are going to be doing random prize draws for all our gold members. There'll be 3 tiers of prizes for all of you to win. And the top prize is going to be a signed shirt from the whole team.
This is the first one we're going to be giving away. This is a Tottenham shirt, Champions League final Tottenham shirt, signed by Graham Roberts and Ledley King.
Come on.
Now, come on. Who
That's
doesn't
going to be
want
up
that?
for grabs. That's
Two massive Tottenham legends. You got that one.
There's going to be one signed by the whole... What's this one?
This one is signed by the one and only Toby Alderweireld.
A shirt signed by Toby Alderweireld right there. A signed shirt by Toby Alderweireld. That's also going to be up for grabs in the monthly draw. And there'll be one signed by the whole team.
Well, there's actually 2 of these.
And there's 2 of them signed by the whole team.
2 of these. This will be the main prize, which we'll be giving the two last months. The ones I already showed you will be for the first 2 months. But you have to be a gold member to be in with a chance to win.
So make sure you remember, also you get priority on the fan cams as well, on the fan show. We do a fan show after every game, and we do some shows throughout the week getting your opinions on certain topics. So if you're a Goal member, you're going to get priority on those shows and you can skip the queues. So make sure you just scroll down, click the join button if you want to join us, and it'll help support the channel as well, so it's greatly appreciated. So yeah, that's how you can win prizes and get priority on the fan shows.
All right, so there you have it, people. Thank you all so much for all our new members, all you viewers out there, all the people that were commenting along and, you know, joining in the conversation of all the unpopular opinions. We really appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs. Bye.